As that white flag will go up in the air and then slowly come down. At any time that flag goes down. Here goes the green once again. Here we go. We'll see how clean this start will be this time.
A lot cleaner this time through, Brent. Everybody looking to get into turn number 1 and come out the other side.
Very, very clean. Half the field goes on the inside, half the field goes on the outside. Let's see how these split lanes work. Remember that inside, it's very, very tight down there. You want to try to run that inside line, and here we go. Already a change for the lead.
Great Leadbetter going to go to the inside of the 41 of Mason Tessmer for that lead here early on lap number 1. Like I said, Brent, this is a 10-lap race with no mandatory caution. So this is going to be a 10-lap race.
Yeah, that no mandatory caution, that really sets things up early on. You really just have to put the loud pedal down, try to run away and hide. If you're Gray Leadbetter, we had a chance to just kind of mingle with her back in the pits underneath the awning, and we asked her, you going to win? She kind of just shrugs her shoulders, I'm like, well, aren't you? And she just smiled. So it's so cool, the different attitudes we have out here. I mean, they all want to win, but there's only so many trophies.
Yeah, absolutely. And like we said, only the top 5 from this one are going to move into that main event later on tonight. So you really got to be in the top 5 here.
For sure. There's a good look at Seth Lockstein running in that 5th place spot, going through the split lanes, and dust again going to be a factor.
The 41 of Mason Tessmer getting a little bit of pressure from Austin Magee and that number 93 as they come through the left-hander onto the backstretch.
Our leaders now going into that bowl turn. Gonna head back towards the Monster Energy finish line. Such a cool shot on camera.
Gray Leadbetter, your leader, out there on her own. No pressure from behind. The number 93, though, of Austin Magee up to the number 2 spot. He's getting some pressure from the 41 of Mason Tessmer and the 17 of Seth Lockstein. Seth Lockstein looks like he's getting to the inside of the 41 of Tessmer.
Yeah, Tessmer.
The 4 spot.
Yeah, Mason's really trying to hold on to that spot, but Seth Lockstein just trying to work his way by in that 17 and makes that pass stick. As you can see, the car's really starting to dance now in that infield.
Yeah, you see the guys doing a little bit of over-under passes. The lane's definitely time advantage wise, one's a little bit loamy and loose, the other one's a little bit rougher, so you got to slow down.
It's a good look at Magee. Austin Magee in that number 93 running that 2nd place spot. Gray Leadbetter still out front in that number 28. Great, really opening up the gap there very, very nicely on the front section, going over the Monster Energy finish line. One more time. Again, we are going 10 total laps in this B main. 7 laps left here in the Sportsman side-by-side race.
The 17 is Seth Lockstein coming in. He's up to 3rd now, trying to catch the 93 of Austin Magee. Mason Tessmer not quite out of this one, though, in that yellow number 41 machine. Colton Schaal there in the 420 on your screen, putting on a good battle. That's the battle there for 5th.
Yeah, Great Leadbetter running a 1-minute flat in that number 28 ride. Then Austin Magee is 102.491. Then Seth Lockstein is 102.637. So about 2 seconds over 2nd and 3rd place. Great Leadbetter really has the hammer down.
Yeah, they definitely made some changes after the heat race, and she is moving forward. She's setting her sights on the top 5 here in this one. Good seating spot to get herself a better starting position behind the 20 guys already locked into the main event.
Opsahl in that 72 trying to work its way up into the 6th place spot. Wasielewski in that number 81 still holding on to that position right now. Track really starting to change throughout these last couple heat races. So we see a good look coming into the back section, heading towards that bowl turn. Once again, Gray Leadbetter clicking off another lap, Zach. She is just checked out on this field. The car is dialed. She's really come a long, long way in a short period of time.
Yes, she has. There's 2, 3, 4, and 5 up over the Monster Energy finish line. On camera, that is the 41 and the 420 of Colton Schaal. Putting on a battle here. That's going to be for the 4 spot. Like I said, top 5 are going to be the ones to transfer. So now Jim Opsahl in the 72, he is the one pressuring Colton Schaal for the final transfer spot.
Yeah, I mean, they're only 1/100ths of a second off of one another. I mean, that is barely anything. You can just look to your left, look to your right, and if you make a hiccup, you're going to lose that spot right now here in the B main.
Yeah, this track is definitely forcing some mistakes, so you got to be on your A game and keep your mistakes to a minimum so the guys behind you don't get that advantage.
Still battling side by side, that number 41 of Mason Tessmer.
Colton Schaal trying to get to the inside of him back there in the hole turn as they come back out here onto the front stretch and the Monster Energy finish line. Mason Tessmer going to hold on to the 4 spot in that 41 car.
Yeah, Tessmer, 4 laps remaining, is still holding on that spot. Like Zach was saying, the track really starting to develop some holes coming out of that infield section, heading into the split lanes.
The 81, Ryan Wasielewski and Jim Opsahl battling for that 6th spot. Ryan now in that 81 trying to put some pressure on Colton Schaal in the 420, trying to get that 5th and final transfer spot.
Good look at Gray Leadbetter once again. She is well out front. Just trying to pick her way through this tough layout here in Lena, Wisconsin.
And you can just see, when we got her on camera like that, the suspension is just working. The track is getting rough. You can see the dust. It's starting to get dry.
Yeah, it's really tough to negotiate, especially if you're really trying to button up behind another race car. You really have to pick the right line, and when you make your move, you have to go now. You can't wait. Like I said, tear-offs aren't doing you any good here. You really can't rip a tear-off because of dust. The dust is going to be there. If we had muddy conditions and different
we got
surface,
one over. That is Mason Tessmer in the 41 going over in the right-hander after the split lane. Mason Tessmer, tough break for him. He was running up there in that 4th spot.
Yeah, it looks like on the exit of the split lane, just caught her up, went upside down, and didn't miss a heartbeat. It looks like he has that engine running. Once again, he's back underway. Gray Leadbetter still out front. Now coming up behind lap traffic, it's Leadbetter, Magee, Lockstein, Schaal in that number 420.
Jim Opsahl in the 72 going to move up to the 5th spot.
Gray Leadbetter just getting hard on the binders, trying to get around some slower traffic. She comes back towards that inside line. Gray still well out front, just picking her way through. Like I said, 2 laps remaining that last time by. That means the white flag over the Monster Energy finish line is coming out. One final time here in the B main for Gray Leadbetter. Just finessing that throttle. Very well put together race car driver. She has come a long way, like I was saying early on. She really is just a calm, cool, collected driver. She knows what she needs to do. And I remember the day when Johnny and CJ were trying to get her in a car. And she, like I said, she has performed every time she's gotten behind the wheel.
Seth Lockstein in that number 17 car going to get up to the number 2 spot. He did get around the 93 of Austin Magee that last lap by.
Gray Leadbetter down into the bull turn. Her eyes are set on that checkered flag. This time by, she will take it in the B main. Gray Leadbetter in the Yamaha number 28. Her fastest time was a 58.783. So a very, very quick couple laps for Gray Leadbetter. All clean air out front as you see the checkered flag flying once again for 2nd through 11th. And Gray Leadbetter, she's going to go back, maybe do a couple adjustments. As I've heard, just leave the car the way it is. She really does look comfortable. I'm sure she feels comfortable in that car, and they'll be back to put her into that A main.
Yeah, and like we said, the top 5 from this one, moving on to that A main. And those top 5, Gray Leadbetter, like you said, in that 28, picking up the win. Seth Lockstein in the 17, picking up the 2 spot. Austin Magee, 3rd with in the 93 car. Colton Schaal in the 420 coming home 4th in this one. And Jim Opsahl in the 72 also going to move on to the A main later on this afternoon here at Dirt City Motor Complex.
And you see our top 5. I mean, you look at Austin Magee, other than a 101.514, everyone is about a minute flat. So Gray Leadbetter, she's about, I'd say about a 1.5 seconds faster than everyone on certain laps. But if you take us into that A main, those top 5, they can run those lap times.